What can we learn from freelancers that have been on the Upwork platform for more than a decade? Well, today's guest will share his insights. Hugo Roger has earned over $500,000 on Upwork, and today he gives the 3 things that you should know to help you get more work from Upwork. Let's see what he has to say. Hugo, welcome to the show. Really appreciate you being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about your Upwork history. You've been on the platform for a while. So how did you get started and how long you've been doing it, et cetera?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I got started on Upwork almost over 12 years ago, actually.
Wow.
Now, but before that, I found which was called 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗪𝗦. But even before, I was working in the construction business, and I really wanted some blogs because AdSense was booming around 2005, 2008, 2010, that era when AdSense was coming out. So I needed help, so I found some freelancers on the website that was called 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. And I saw that they were making money, and I was doing heavy work. So I was like, man, it's crazy. I'm paying these guys to build me a blog, to write my articles, $20 here, $20 there. And I was like, maybe I can do something with my free time on the weekends when I'm resting from work. So then I just started posting some things like I help you do this. I was already fluent in Portuguese and English, so I started offering already services in multiple languages and other little blog jobs and things like that. And that's when I started getting a few gigs and transitioned to Upwork when I found 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. And it started around 2011. That's when I started and just kept going from there. I don't know if you want me to get into any specifics.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you mind how much have you earned on the platform to date, if you don't mind sharing?
It's about $900,000 so far. Yeah, 900,000. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. Well, you are the perfect person to talk to then, and so we can get some advice from you on what people who are maybe new to the platform or been on there but not seeing some traction. So what are 3 pieces of advice that you think a freelancer on Upwork should be focusing on right now?
Sure. Yeah. First of all, I think it's the profile. You have to use as many features as possible, functionalities that the platform offers. So I feel like the profile is going to really connect. But more than just the profile in general, you look at your headline when you're applying to projects. Make sure your headline goes along with what you're applying for, your description, your proposal. It's just like everything has to flow together. You don't want to apply for a development project, but your profile says you're a transcriber on the headline. You want to make sure it's all aligned, and picture, video. Upwork really allows you to connect with your client. So a nice picture really close to your face and a nice video that you talk about your skills. That's going to allow clients to connect with your human side a little bit, much, much deeper.
Yeah.
I've personally haven't had that, but like a video, because I've had clients in the long run, but connecting with calls was always helped me get clients. So I know a video definitely helps freelancers connect with clients.
I want to point out something, though, because I think there are a lot of people on Upwork that are bilingual or multilingual, right? Do you think that if you are multilingual, you should be putting it in your profile? I mean, because how important is it? Or should you say, no, I'm just English speaking, et cetera, if you're primarily targeting English speaking audience?
Yeah, I think it's like you said last there. If you're targeting clients with a specific focus, let's say if you're a developer and you're a really good developer, I don't think there's really a need to say that you speak a different language because most of the clients on Upwork are 99% are English speakers. They don't speak other languages, and so if they're looking for someone that's bilingual, they will definitely look for someone that's bilingual and they will list it. I feel like it depends on how you want to add that to your profile. It might be a good thing depending if you're applying for to develop a website that has multicultural focus. You can say, hey, I also speak English or Portuguese or Spanish, and I can help you localize your content. If that's going to really add value, I feel like it's worth mentioning, yeah.
And you mentioned earlier when we were briefing for this, you said, make sure you fill everything out on the profile, including, I would assume, your portfolio. I noticed recently they're allowing you to include elements of your portfolio. Any advice around what to include in your portfolio or case studies?
Oh, definitely. If you're starting out and you don't have anything to add to your portfolio, go and go and create. If you're designing great websites, create free WordPress blogs, use Wix, develop something and put it there. If you're working in other fields like a logo design or other areas that are not development, develop your own projects. If you want clients, if you want offer your services to friends and family. Say, hey, hire me through Upwork, help me get my business started, and have them really give you feedback. If it's bad, talk to me so I can make you happy with my work. Because you're not trying to play the system. You're trying to, use people around you to really get your skills going. So that when you're applying to real jobs, you have like what it takes to take the job done, to get the job done. So yeah, put your portfolio and fill up all your. Upwork has the feature where you can build the project catalog. Fill up all of those. Create all the project catalogs that you can, because all that's going to help you get more search, more results, and bring random clients that are not looking for your profile. They're just looking to get a job done through a catalog sometimes.
Got it. All right. So I got my profile perfect now. I need to go get some work. So how do I create up that cover letter proposal that's going to get clients to message me, knowing that they're probably getting tons of them anyway?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the craziest things is the cover letter. When you're talking to your client, make sure you're addressing them specifically, connect with their pain points. What are their needs? One of the things that I like doing is definitely mentioning their needs in the proposal. So if the client's saying, I need this done, I'll say, hey, I'll do a short introduction. Hey, my name is Hugo. Thank you so much for the job or for the opportunity. I see that you need this done, and I can definitely help, because you want to show them right away in the first few sentences that you read their proposal. Mm-hmm. Most freelancers, and out of experience as being a freelancer and a client for years, they don't read, the job description. They just usually copy paste, or they see the headline of the project. Make sure you mention, if they mention their name, use their name, greet them by name, and speak to their pain points and elaborate on that, how you can really help them. And make sure it's short, concise, provide them with a deadline, with a term for completion, and invite them to book a call, so if they really want to get to know you, just get on a call and really close them, because on a video, you're going to be able to provide them a more personal connection.
Yeah, I think one of the things a lot of people forget to put in their cover letters is a call to action. Message me on Upwork. I mean, Upwork provides lots of ways to connect via Zoom, a phone call, but I do think that if anyone's seriously interested, they will want to at least talk to the person, depending on the size of the job, obviously. If it's short and cheap and easy, they may not want to call you, but I still don't think it hurts to put a call to action, because it shows that you're willing to get on the phone to handle their need, which is a lot different than a lot of developers who may not be so inclined.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, call to action is extremely important. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I've got my profile. I've got awesome cover letters. What's the third thing I should be focusing on?
I feel like third thing, one of the most critical things is finding people that want to hire you. So that's
pretty obvious there, right? Hugo. But yeah. So how do we do that, Hugo?
Yeah, I feel you have to filter out the hundreds of thousands of clients on the platform, and the best way to do that is through finding the clients through the search functions on Upwork, and by filtering out, because if you use the filters within the search, you can find clients that match what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. And if you're looking for clients in a specific area, like I said, your profile is going to match the needs of the client. So you have to look for clients and projects that are going to match that need. So use the search feature on Upwork, filter out, eliminate clients. I wouldn't say avoid clients that have zero, that have never hired on the platform, but try to make sure they at least payment verified. But I would say work from the top to bottom, search for clients that are looking for work, looking to hire freelancers within your area, and filter out for the clients that have spent the most. Mm-hmm. I've worked for some of the biggest companies on Upwork, for companies like Google, Pfizer, Pinterest, and all these multi-billion-dollar clients are also there. So filter out what they're looking for by earnings. They're going to be the top ones with 50 million spent on the platform, 100 million spent on the platform, and this is a lot of money that they've invested on freelancers. So filter out those needs, and see if anything matches your specific offer, and send proposals to those, and then work your way down to clients that are obviously new to the platform. But never forget that you have to also analyze other points. How many proposals have the project received? Is this project old? When was the last time that the client looked at the project? If it's over 48 hours, don't waste time. Go to where clients are actively reviewing proposals, so that you filter out more ways to waste your connects. You're trying to save your connects, because connect on the platform is real money.
Sure. One of the other things is that, what I generally have seen and we've done is we'll put kind of a general term in the search bar really use the left-hand side to filter down on there. And then depending on what the results are, we'll use the advanced search feature to start excluding things. So there's a lot of things that, especially in development, where let's say you're a React developer where you're not doing PHP work, right? So you can exclude things out. But I think, our general feeling, and is keep the search term kind of broad, filter down, and then go into advanced search and say, here's the things that I don't want, right?
Precisely.
Because that'll zero in a little bit better for you than if you just type in a broad term and have no filtering or no exclusions to it.
Exactly. I totally agree. And that's, as you're filtering, put clients that have earned the most and they are really there looking for freelancers and check their jobs. Always click on other projects that they have posted. Sometimes you're going to find something that they're looking for you. And I've always used the search feature, and that's how I've landed pretty much all the projects I've had. I've rarely had invites that have longer years. You know what I mean? I've had, of course, lots of invites, many projects, but those have always been the short-term ones. The long-term projects that I've had for 5, 6, 7 years on the platform have all been through me sending proposals to clients that were looking for the specific offer that I had, to provide them.
That's awesome advice. So, I'll definitely put a link in the description for YouTube on your Upwork profile. But you mentioned something earlier that you just recently worked with. Could you share with our audience a little bit about something you worked on recently?
As for a client, you're saying?
Well, that magazine that you were talking about.
Oh, yes. I recently found a Freelancer Mag. Their Instagram is freelancer mag MAG. They're based out of UK, and I just think that it's an amazing project what they're working on. It's for freelancers, focusedly on freelancers that are from all walks of life, and they are based out of UK. But their content is amazing. They deliver throughout the US and other countries, so it's definitely a place that if you're looking for inspiration, stories of successful successful projects, people that have developed their business on platforms and off platforms like Upwork and others, it's definitely a great thing that you guys should check it out.
Hugo, thank you so much for your time and sharing your insights and wisdom with the audience. Thank you again for being so successful that I think you're an inspiration to others. So I really, really appreciate your time. Thank you again, Hugo.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.